hold onto your seats, everybody, because things are about to get wild. The bad guys just crashed onto the scene, trying to steal the spotlight and an iconic painting, but nothing goes exactly as planned. From fake building inspectors to high-flying getaways, this is one heist story you don't want to miss. Let's dive into the full recap of The Bad Guys Breaking In, Season 1, Episode 1, and break down every twist, laugh, and emotional moment. Right from the jump, our motley crew is deep in discussion about their name. Mr. Snake feels the bad guys is just way too obvious, suggesting something cooler like the Night Owls, which, apparently, everyone's obsessed with. Mr. Wolf, the ringleader, is sticking with tradition. He wants people to know exactly who they're dealing with. There's some banter about branding before we kick into gear, with the team prepping for a heist inside an arcade. Everybody's in position, or at least they're supposed to be. There's a bit of confusion, nervous jokes, and some classic bathroom humor from Piranha. We're quickly introduced to the squad: Mr. Thief, Snake, the master thief, Mish, Tarantula, aka Webbs, the tech magician, Mr. Shark, the actor and master of disguise, Mr. Piranha, the wild card, and, of course, Mr. Wolf himself, the organizer and big bad. These introductions drip with personality, setting the tone for a group that's less a slick criminal operation and more a dysfunctional family. But despite their quirks, they're in this together. At least for now. Their first job, stealing a legendary arcade machine, Space Fruit Battle 2000. Infamous for being so addictive, it nearly caused mass panic in the city. The team gets it done, with Wolf narrating their moves, confident this will put their new brand on the map. But, in a twist of fate, when they expect their daring escape to get them onto the evening news, it turns out the police weren't even chasing them. The law was on the trail of another, even more notorious criminal crew, the Night Owls. This stings. The bad guys aren't the hot news item. The Night Owls have pulled off a headline, grabbing jewelry heist, snatching up the attention that our crew craves. On TV, the Night Owls move up the worst of the worst criminal rankings, leapfrogging the slippery eels and the inside cats who apparently terrorize rodents for sport. Our heroes, they don't even make the list. Ouch. The mood sinks. The arcade job, which everyone except Piranha thinks is a dud, gets panned as a flop. The crew drifts, contemplating other gigs and going solo. It's clear that self-doubt is seeping into the team, especially Wolf. He wanted unity, but things seem to be falling apart, and Snake's lone wolf attitude pushes Wolf deeper into uncertainty. There's even talk of quitting the team for good. But then comes a sliver of hope, an opportunity to steal the city's most famous artwork, Sad Boy, recently returned to the museum after being swiped and gracefully returned by the mysterious Crimson Paw years ago. If the bad guys pull this off, they'll jump straight to the top of the criminal rankings, maybe even surpassing the legends. This is exactly the kind of job that could glue the team together and finally make the bad guys a household name. Plans start rolling. Energy sparkles back into the group as they plot the museum heist. Shark gets to flex his acting chops as a fake building inspector, playing it so hard he goes deep into backstory, improvising lines about survival and trauma, almost blowing his own cover. Wolf tries to rein in his creative flair, nudging him towards less improvisation and more professionalism. Webbs, meanwhile, is itching to hack something big. Her family nickname becomes the hilarious excuse she uses to hack into the museum's security system, all while holding a fake helpline call with her Vonti. Piranha, not known for patience, is relegated to waiting in the getaway car, spinning anxious scenarios about mistakenly driving off with the wrong gang. The actual break in is a wild dance between sticking to the plan and bouncing off it entirely. Shark uses his clipboard to convince a guard, and Webbs disables the second layer of alarms. The team works together, mostly. When Wolf tries to keep things tight, Snake's kleptomaniac tendencies come through, snagging random items against orders. There's tension about discipline versus freedom, and some old gripes about promises of unfettered stealing bubble up. Inside the gallery, they come face to face with Sad Boy, the painting. Everyone is unexpectedly moved by the raw emotion in the artwork. It's so sad, it's almost contagious. Wolf nearly falls apart, the crew gets teary, and the vulnerability peeks through the tough criminal exterior. But before they can steal it, Wolf realizes they need to ensure people know it's the bad guys who did it. They literally try marking the crime with Snake's regurgitated snack as a makeshift signature. Gross but effective. Only to trigger the alarm system. From here, chaos erupts. Shark improvises, turns up the drama, and Webbs feverishly hacks to slow down security as Wolf and Snake scramble for an exit. The plan starts crumbling. Wolf, feeling defeated, tells Snake to leave him behind before things go entirely sideways. There's a poignant beat. Wolf is alone, the pain of disappointment and loneliness heavy in the air. But, as always with this group, nobody's really left behind. Snake returns, and together with the team, they make a break for it as Piranha finally gets to fulfill his action hero fantasy, driving recklessly to make their escape look as epic as possible. Their getaway works, but all the fireworks and cleverness don't amount to a huge win in terms of loot. On TV, their daring museum break-in is broadcast to the world. The bad guy's name is finally out there. True, they didn't manage to swipe Sad Boy, and public opinion is confused about their motives, but the crew chooses to see the silver lining. They're famous, they stuck together, and as Wolf puts it, they proved that they could pull off a high-profile heist, even if they didn't get the prize. The episode closes with the team reconciled. Wolf apologizes for being so harsh about sticking to the plan, and Snake admits the name isn't all that bad after all. There's even a joke about renaming the crew, Snake and his bad guys, but by now, it's clear that everyone belongs, at least for one more job. They share hopes for bigger and wilder crimes, more improvisation, hacking, and of course, mayhem. Even though the loot slipped through their fingers, the bad guys are officially on the map, and unity, to some degree, is restored. So to sum it up, Episode 1 is a high-energy blend of comedy, action, and heartfelt moments. The bad guys start off as underdogs desperate for recognition, stumble their way through the heist of the century, but in the end find value in teamwork, loyalty, and making their mark in a world of outrageous villains. Now the crew's more determined than ever to show the city who they really are. What did you think of the bad guys breaking in Season 1, Episode 1? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like if you loved the recap, share with a friend who needs a laugh, and subscribe for more breakdowns, twists, and behind-the-scenes drama. Catch you next time.